who was the fastest to click on that thumbnail. Now, I've been watching all day. I've been sitting here a little bit now, end of the day, waiting for the old retreat to go off so we can all go home. But I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and just today, reading the different sources of news. I don't just go to one news, and then I make my own opinion about things, and I try to stay open-minded about what's going on. And a lot of things here in Germany, especially, I have to watch what's going on in a lot of different places in the world. I just can't go by what's going on in the USA news, and I have to also keep my mind on what's going on politically and in the political nature here in Germany. So that all ties in a little bit of the theory of environment. Now, today, we're watching a lot of videos. Hello, Curtis. Welcome. Guess you were first, like so many times before. Yes, I saw a little bit anxious today. I was looking, and I was reading all of these. Sotonar, welcome. Have you received your axe? I've sent it out now. I have the notification that you've received it, so I'm just wanting to make sure you got it safely. Getting ready to go home here. I have to wait another 3 minutes or so. Not sure what the time says here. Okay, another 5 minutes according to this watch. But that's okay, we're here. Tristan van Reutenburg, welcome. Oh, thank you. Okay, cool. I'm very happy you got it. Just take care of it. It's a special piece, and I had to hold on to it for a long time to actually reach that subscriber mark, and I'm very happy that you're satisfied with that awesome axe. I was thinking about my next giveaway is going to be on 5,000 subscribers. I'm going to be giving away a bunch of these fire kits, but that's going to be somewhere down the road. I'd be forging every day, every night right now, but the temperatures are just too dangerous to start up the forge. I actually have to wait till it gets dark out tonight to start the forge. I have to make 3 flint strikers for a acquaintance of mine from FM Outdoors, a German channel, bushcraft channel, and he asked me if I could make him some fire starters for his first 1,000 subscribers giveaway. So that's really cool. Any recommend for the upkeep? Yeah, just get yourself, if you have anybody who can make leather, get yourself someone can make you a nice leather sheath for the axe head. Just keep it oiled up nice. And if you use it to cut food or something, just use a vegetable oil. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Or linseed oil, not boiled linseed oil works great, but it's not quite food safe. So linseed oil, just plain linseed oil, a thin coat of that is food safe. If you're going to be using it on, I don't know, some people chop food with their axe in the forest. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, just to keep it oiled and sharp, and get yourself something to protect the axe with somehow, the blade. And it'll last you a long time. And if so, the handle starts to give out one day, you can just go buy yourself a new handle at the hardware store. Thank you, Daniel, for that comment. I do enjoy these live streams a lot. These quick drives on to and from work, they give me the opportunity to connect personally in my thought and what I think and what I've been experiencing outside of the whole YouTube, outside of the controlled environment of YouTube. So that's of the videos that I make, because I do try to keep the Viking content, the outdoor, the bushcraft content in there as much as I can. But then, you know, the world keeps turning. We're not in the Viking age. We're living now here in this crazy world. And it's always been a crazy world. Oh, you made a kitchen axe. Okay. Well, I've seen a couple different versions of that. That's a cool thing to have, I guess. Yeah. It's very hot today. Little Pooh Bear is back there complaining, but he's got shade. He's got a curtain back there, and I'm going to be installing a window in his door. Austin Baggin, greetings. And I'm going to be installing a window for Pooh Bear and putting some 12-volt fans in there, just like a K9 unit car, so that he can have real good airflow back there. That's real important. Maybe even the sunroof. We'll see. Oh, there we go. We can get out of here. Fire up the ye old van. And my shirt, you like it? It's Black Label Society. It's one of my favorite bands, actually. I've seen Black Label Society live over 30 times already, and every single time was a great show, I must say. Big fan of Zach Wild. I met him twice. Super cool dude. And yeah. So back out of this real dangerous parking spot that I chose here. All right, so here we go on the way home. So I think we have a couple of my German buddies here in the chat today. Seen a couple of German names there as I was parked here. And so wave to my guys here. All right. Yeah, I've seen a couple of German names in here, so welcome to you guys as well. And as you may know, here in Germany, we have a lot of political action going on as well with Lauterbach. We call him Klabauterbach, which means little. It's something like gnome. We call him a gnome. Our health minister. He's a useless sack of brain matter. He's done nobody any good. I've even read in the news I've seen. I don't know if this is true. This could be fake news. That somebody tried to kidnap him, which was the weirdest thing. So why would you want to kidnap such a useless bag of bones? No one's going to pay any ransom for him. They'll pay you to keep him. But anyway, yeah, I was just a little concerned. I don't know how many of you have seen the old or the new version of the movie Red Dawn. It's a really good movie, both of them actually, as a matter of fact. Let's close the window so that you guys can hear me. And I was thinking the more this world becomes unstable in the political field, if China manages to somehow destabilize the American control over the military aspect of the entire world, then China and Russia will be the new military power. We may have to start speaking some new languages, which would be not so nice. The idea of democracy that we are experiencing today is already very seriously broken, very seriously. And I don't think we can imagine the level of jackets. My computer's about to go surfing off this chair here. I don't think we can even imagine what it would be like to be under the reign of a communist world power, completely, the whole world. Very, very strange thought and very strange feeling if you start to think about it. You wouldn't be able to go anywhere or do anything without the consent or the control of the government. Now you know you have the NSA. I said that on purposely, so they may all watch my video. Increase my watch time, by the way, guys. The NSA. You can all click on the like and subscribe button because you're going to watch the video anyway. You may as well help me out a little bit, right? Yeah, so, yeah, it's already a big rabbit hole, and you never know how far down it you're actually going to have to go to get somewhere to, know what's going on. But so if you're gonna wake up, just imagine you wake up one morning and you hear these sirens out in the streets. It's rough, trying to balance what I want to live. Yeah, I understand that, Daniel. That's I bet you, although I can tell you, I can assure you, life 1,200 years ago, in very, very many aspects, versus today was much, much more terrible than it was today. It was just that the forces that were measured, the measure against the way that life was, against the way that you were, against the forces that you had to measure against back then, were equal. Back then, you can't imagine today. If we went back in time, we'd be like, yeah, well, there's a lot of the problems we don't have to deal with today aren't there. But then again, tenfold back over, 1,200 years ago, medicine and law and freedom was a totally different thing. People had to die for the freedom on a regular basis. Today, we're very lucky to have such few situations where our freedom, the freedom that we have, is at stake. We don't have to wake up and worry about that every morning. Kind of, sort of. Yeah, that's kind of where this conversation is going to go. So we're going to have to back tune here. I went to a Viking festival this weekend, and I just had too much fun. That's why my voice is a little bit scratchy. Well, Daniel, I think lack of wits wasn't the right. I think back then you just learned what you needed to learn to survive. You needed to learn how to do a job so that you could eat. and it was always, you know, other people who had power of one sort or the other who would take from people who didn't. And that kind of lobbying is as old as humans. And today it's no different, it's just at a much more larger extent. Hey, KP Heathen, welcome. Hello, Bob Head, welcome. Driving home, so if I miss anybody, please don't feel that I didn't read your comment. I'm trying to concentrate on the road. I peek over once in a while when I see a message, but I have to pay attention to where I'm going. So it's the idea about this live stream today was, just imagine you wake up in the morning to the sound of sirens. Maybe there's a couple people out in the road yelling and shouting, and you hear a gunfire. Machine guns, small arms machine guns fired. And then you open up the window and you see a bunch of lights everywhere, red blinking lights and smoke. And you hear Chinese or Russian, whatever it be it. And you look out and you see a bunch of robot-looking dogs with machine guns mounted to their backs on the streets, telling everybody to not leave their house, to not resist, and to follow instructions, and to stay in their house until further instructions are instructed. And they're being shouted at over loudspeakers, over and over and over again for hours. And of course you can't leave the house because you're being cornered in by these robot dogs, which exist, by the way. China's building armies of them as we speak. Just alone to the fact that China's got, that's just somewhere around, excuse me, 50 to 1. If they were to invade, I think on the population-wise, to the U.S. Army, they had 50 to 1 soldier-wise alone. That's another fact. But I'm sure that they're not going to use just foot soldiers for this kind of mission. They're going to make something like that work, you have to disrupt one of the working components of a society first. You have to turn the lights off for a couple days. Turn the lights off for a couple days, disrupt the order in a society. When everybody's starting to get nervous and leave the house to see who might have food, because, you know, after the third day, everybody's going to be looking for that third meal. People who have families and such, and so, you know, that's a chain reaction. So you turn the light off, let's say for a couple days, maybe a week, and then overnight you fly in your equipment, you drop it from the sky because nobody's going to be flying but you. You're coming on a commercial flight, so the little bit of intel there is, the little bit of military that may still be working, is not busy with keeping order in the major cities because the police will have already failed by then. You'll wake up and you'll look out in the sky. You may even look out in the sky before and see all these parachutes coming down, crates. And out of these parachute crates, these robot dogs, one at every house door, and flying drones. They come up to your windows and try to come in your house. And they instruct you with instructions. They may even shoot to kill on sight. Who knows? You never know. So that's a terrible. That would be a movie worth making with modern everything, like modern day technology, modern day actor in a scenario, modern day scenario. That would be one hell of a movie, because I think they would ban that movie. They wouldn't even allow that movie to be in the theaters because it would be too straight up realistic. Something like that freak people out to the point where it wake a lot of people up. And I guess a lot of the mainstream puppeteers of our current world order don't like that. I guess. I have no clue. What do I know? I'm just a random guy. Minority Report 2. I haven't even seen the first one. So it's I'll have to look into that. Yeah, it's I think about this every day, and I'm not obsessed with it. It's just too damn realistic. It's just too straight up possible. I watched a movie I suggested you guys maybe check out. It's called Dragon Day, I believe. And in Dragon Day, they sort of the same thing happens. The world ends kind of overnight, and the Chinese and the Russians take over the U.S. overnight with charter flights. They drop in, they wipe out the electric grid, and then they fly in a bunch of communists to take over, the local sheriffs, and I'll check it out. I'll check that out. It's pretty, probably a pretty cool movie if you guys mentioned it. So the plan tonight is I'm going to go. Vanessa's waiting for me at the cabin. We're going to be spending the night at the cabin tonight at the blacksmith shop, and I'm going to wait till it gets dark, till the temperature drops a couple of degrees, because I have some work to do, and I really need to do it. And I have a very valuable gift I'd like to make for someone's birthday, and I have 3 flint strikers that I need to make for FM Outdoors. If any of you guys are any of my German viewers here, that'd be a channel to check out if you like bushcraft and outdoors. It's FM Outdoors. Really cool channel. He just reached his 1,000 subscribers, and I have to make a little bit of something for him. We had an agreement, so I have to make some small items for him, and I have to make a couple of small items for myself and for a birthday that's coming up. So I have to really use the nighttime hours to maybe get away with the gas forge, maybe, hopefully. Yes, and we'll see. It's very hot in here with the windows up, I tell you that. I have to get the AC to work again. Most people would need that starting here. It's for basic survival people would be. Yeah, well, the mindset is, first of all, you just can't go out. If I give everybody a tent, an axe, and a fire kit, and you put that in front of somebody, most people won't even know what to do with it, let alone, like, say, a couple days, maybe. But when it starts to get cold and you start to get hungry, you start to make big mistakes that will cost you greatly. You start to eat the wrong things, and you start to drink water that's not drinkable, and then you start getting into the real problems. That happens real quick after just a couple of days even. And it's, I think it's years of mindset training. You have to really kind of be in the mindset and put yourself to the test several times over. And then the thing is, too, you get older. We were out fossil hunting yesterday, and there was a real reality check for me. I fell with a backpack full of rocks. Probably 60 kilos of, my backpack probably weighed about 60 kilos, about 3/4 of my weight. And I fell pretty good down into like a hole. At the bottom was water. I can't swim. I sink like a boat anchor. And I had a backpack that weighed 60 kilos. And I fell on my back, and I had rocks in there. And I fell on those rocks, and I had very sharp tools in there. And I was very lucky to have had the foam cover of I had like a foam that I used to sit on in the forest. That was in my back, and that protected me from getting hurt pretty bad. But I scuffed up my knee, my arm, scratched my arm open real bad. So I knew what to do. I got up. Vanessa was on the other end, and she was just looking at me like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, I'm fine. I'm not screaming for help. Yeah. I was just pretty angry that I fell in that. I looked at the ground, and I was like, that looks dangerous. Before I got done thinking that, I landed face first in trouble. So I look up, and there's a pine tree with sap oozing out all over it. So I took a bunch of the pine sap and sealed up my arm. That worked pretty good. It was really gross scrubbing it off when I got home, but that was a field medicine 101 right there. Yeah, it's something. But yeah, so I don't know, all this World War III talk and stuff, I don't know. It's you get a lot of distracting information alongside of that too. You have all the pandemics that are going on now with the new waves. It's like, oh boy, here we go again. And you have all these new diseases now that they're creating out of thin air that you're supposed to be afraid of. Alongside of, World War III and all these other fear-mongering crap that they make you want to look into. But having an open mind and being aware is very important. I do watch the news because I do want to know what's happening. And a lot of the news is very off-topic, interesting. Like, have you seen that in Iceland, the volcano has been erupting a lot lately? It's been coming alive. It's been slowly getting ready for maybe even a big one. Who knows? It's been leaking magma now for quite a while. People are driving there as a tourist attraction. I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah, it's about control, but to control someone, you need to control where the money is and follow the money. You know, and that's one of the things. They're following the money right now. I'm looking at electric prices and fuel prices, and now I saw something with war with Iran today. I'm like, are you guys nuts? Like, what is the deal there? So it's just crazy. Okay, I'm about 3/4 of the way home now. Almost there. Oh, so very hot. I've cracked the window a little bit. Help out a little bit. Yeah, so I don't know about that. And then I saw they raided one of Trump's mansions with the FBI, but the FBI didn't have FBI clothing, so then they said it was the Secret Service trying to do a false flag. Who knows? I really don't. It doesn't make a difference to me because it won't influence. It does not affect anything in any way that I need to react to it. So it's really, yeah. But I don't know about World War III. I'm really not looking forward to that. I really like my lifestyle at the moment. World War III would end a lot of peace and joy and happiness for the whole world, actually, because there won't be no more of that. It'll be conflict everywhere you look. And the whole big deal is the big joke about the nuclear attacks and stuff. That's a real deal right there. That's something, if that were to happen, this world would be finished for a very long time. The infrastructure would take probably 300 years to recover. Who knows? I got Pooper back there complaining. Yeah, little Pooh, it's all right. We're almost home. Yeah, he wants out. Look at this old lady walking across the street. She can barely walk, but she's running across the street, thinking I'm going to run her over. I slowed down on purposely to let her across. Yeah. Well, that's it. I don't know about you guys, but I've had enough of the craziness in this world for today. I'm gonna look forward to getting home and getting some dinner. Pretty hungry. Didn't eat too much this afternoon. And I really like to finish some of my small projects that I had planned. The sun really has to stop. The sun has to go down before I start up the forge. So that'll be, yeah. Okay. All right, I'm going to end this live stream now. I'm on my way home. And I'm almost there, and I have to stop here at the grocery store. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably going to go straight home. Or not. I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do. There goes the computer. Okay, great. You know, the cool thing about live streams is it's uncensored. Sometimes that's really hard not to let loose a bunch of really inappropriate road rage, terrifying phrases when these people drive like nutcases. I just launched my computer through the car because this guy here couldn't get out of the way properly. But now it's on the ground, so whatever. Okay. Well, everybody, I'm going to end the live stream here. Thanks a lot for tuning in. It's a great chat, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys soon. And if you have not already, check out my latest video. I went hunting fossils this weekend with Vanessa. We went out and found some really cool historical iron ore that contains fossils. And if you'd like to see if we found some, go check out that video. So like always, stay safe and see you soon.